yesterday I was working on password resets for a user login library I'm building. And I was writing validation logic kind of like this. I have some querying and custom logic to make sure that the reset code is valid. It's like the code you'd get in your email. Going to make sure the user is active and do a bunch of other validation. As you can see, it's turned into this big mess, and I don't like it. I'm also using GoTo all over the place, which I like a little bit, but is pretty messy. And I used to have some HTML down here. So it was getting unwieldy, and I had a lot more validation logic to put in, and it was just hard to manage. So I came up with this new system. I wrote some pseudocode, just plain text, I guess Python style, and then I translated it into PHP style code, where it's a chain sequence of basically Boolean calls, and if the condition passes, like if it is a post, then we'll continue and check if code is valid, and if that's true, then we'll check if the email sent through post is actually an email address, and so on until we get to everything is passed. We set a new password and send a security email and show a success message. So today I'm actually implementing this, and it's going fantastic. It's so much better than this mess I had the other day. This still looks a little messy because my string messages are a bit long. And a couple things that are cool about this is I have a callable here, but that's what I call a fancy callable, where the first two parameters are the actual callable, and then the rest of it is arguments to pass to the callable. And then when one of these conditions fails, it returns an object that I call a black hole, so that the rest of the method's called just do nothing. To make this all work, I have a validation class, very custom implementation just to solve the needs I actually have with this project. And there are two types of functions. One is protected functions that are filtered through the magic call method and are supposed to return a Boolean true or false. Then I have public methods that I can just call directly, and they're responsible for returning either this object, the validation object, or a black hole object if that's what they need to do. The magic call method is fairly straightforward. It makes sure the method exists, and if it is, and calls it, and if the condition passes, then we just return true. If the condition fails, then we check for an error message as the first arg and display it and echo it. We check for a callable as the second arg and call it if we need to. And then we return a black hole, which is how the chaining will work without doing a bunch of extra validation and extra work, and how we prevent like set new password from running if one of these conditions fails. I'm just really happy with this new approach. It's feeling good to code. It's been pretty easy to test so far. And my favorite thing about it is it's just really easy to think about what validation I'm actually doing. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.